Got that video working.
Hey everyone, Van and Cheezy here again, but with a special episode this time.
Ooh, so special.
Well, first off, we're back. I had family in town. It was a great time, but we're back.
Ooh.
And we're back
Um,
at the ass crack in the morning. We got up early for you folks.
I had to set an alarm on a Sunday.
My alarm was a 15-pound and a 10-pound cat sitting on my face. But we're awake. We're
You know,
here.
my dad used to say that when he was a kid in Puerto Rico, that the story around there was that they didn't like keeping cats around because they would sit on your face and suffocate you. That's true. My dad told me that when I was a kid.
I believe your dad told you that. I 100% believe that.
Like, they didn't keep cats around because they were told as children that they would sit on your face and suffocate you.
You will die. This is what's going to happen.
Don't let any wild cats around here.
Well, luckily my cats just think they're wild. So, it's week one. It's week one. Football's back,
Ha
and I feel weird about it. Like I'm like looking forward to it, but I don't feel like I have as much hype as I should because we haven't had preseason to get us there, and like all this weird stuff going on. It's just been
And
like a strange vibe to it.
also, I think it's like we being cautiously like for me,
Yeah.
I'm trying to protect my heart. I'm cautiously optimistic. I don't know if the whole season will happen. I mean, that's still a very real possibility that
Yeah.
we get a little taste and then something happens and we don't get the whole thing.
It's like I don't want to be heartbroken like that video I sent you of like there's a video going around right now of like wives are playing like the NFL on CBS theme song and
Yeah.
like their husbands are coming in the room like, oh
Some of
shit,
them
like
were
what's up? Like what's up? And then they get real mad, like, man, what you playing for? Like what the fuck? Like TV's
some
not
of them
even
are
turned
like
on.
full on
Mad.
running. Well, no, before they get mad, they're like full on like like they don't want to miss whatever Chris Collinsworth and
Al
Al Michaels are
Michaels.
about to say.
I looked at Miss Van and I was like, I'm like, you could probably get me within like plus or minus 5 minutes, but I'm not stupid enough. If you were turning on at like, 10 a.m., I'm not going to come running from the other room because I know they're not going to start the game 2 hours early. Duh.
Yeah.
But that was funny. Week one.
But
Go ahead.
but I would say, like, if I heard it, I'd go check it out. Like, if I hadn't seen that, like, if
It's
I
like
hadn't already seen that video that it's a thing,
just like
like,
snooping into the room, like, hey, what's going on?
what's,
What's going on here? Hmm?
are you watching? Are you watching? Like, in my head, it'd be like, oh, Caitlin's watching Mrs. Jeezy's watching a classic NFL game. Gotta see which one.
So
Like,
proud of her. And then I thought to myself about how you whistle the NFL on Fox theme song.
yeah,
Anyways, week one. First game already happened. Chiefs beat the Texans 34-20. Cool.
everybody knew it.
Everybody knew it. So on the slate, 1 p.m. games today, 1 p.m. Eastern, noon Central for you folks back there. Seahawks at Falcons, Jets at Bills, Bears at Lions, Packers at Vikings, Dolphins at Patriots, Eagles at the Washington football team, still weird to say, Raiders at Panthers, Colts at Jags, Browns at Ravens. The 4:05 Eastern or 3 o'clock Central games. Chargers at Bengals, Buccaneers at Saints, Cardinals at 49ers. Sunday night is going to be Cowboys at Rams, which that's a really shitty way to start Sunday night games. Two Monday night games, Steelers at Giants, Titans at Broncos. Also kind of sleepers there for the first primetime games.
When did we start having two Monday night games? Is that a thing that's been around?
A
A
little bit,
10
I
o'clock
guess.
game?
A little bit. It's late, right? It's just.
I mean, I guess
I
it's
wonder if they're
only 8
trying. I wonder if
o'clock
they're. Yeah, I wonder if
Mountain
they're trying
Time.
to keep spacing things out so people stop. I don't know. That gets late for me, man. I can't stay up watching a game till like 1:30 in the morning.
I was going to say, that's going to be encroaching on 2 a.m.
I'm sleeping at that point. I've been sleeping at that point. Anyways, get back to the game that you and I care the most about: Packers at Vikings. And a little bit, one thing to note before we get too deep into it here, I want to know if this is going to influence the game at all. There was some, you know, question marks around Dalvin Cook and his status there in Minnesota. Yesterday, a day before, He inked a deal, 5 years, $63 million.
Oh, he did ink it?
He did. And at the same time, Alvin Kamara marks 5 years, 75 million. So this is also a couple days after Aaron Jones comes out saying he wants to be a Packer and he's confident that he and his agents will be working on a deal, getting it all done. But these numbers definitely set the bar for Aaron Jones.
Yeah, I definitely think so. Aaron Jones, obviously a beast. As far as point production, the man he's right at the top there. And, when it comes to catching, coming out of the backfield, or if it comes, just running, straight rushing, he's performing among the best of them. That's for sure.
Yeah, I agreed. And so I don't think this will necessarily, influence his way one way or the other. I think he's probably a focused enough individual to be able just to put it behind him and play the game, So, um, anyways, Odds Shark here has some betting information, some lines here. They're predicting the Vikings to win 23.1 to 16.1. The spread is plus or minus 2.5 points, and the over/under is 44.5. What do you
Here's
what do
what.
you think about those?
So normally, I feel like going to Minnesota, playing the Vikings at home, at their home, is a hostile place to play. Like, especially when you're coming in as the Green Bay Packers.
Stupid fucking horn.
I feel like it's a hostile place to play, right? But think about it. There is no crowd.
None. They're not having any fans, none whatsoever.
As far as I know,
I know there were like 7,000 fans at Arrowhead to start the season,
was there? I thought there was
and
no fan.
they were bad. They booed when they shouldn't have booed.
Yeah, I heard about that. Fans attending.
Anyways, as it seems to be every year, we've got more players on the injury report than anybody else, like always. Minnesota's got 2 people on injury reserve, and we've got, let's see, Billy Turner, our guard. I guess he's backup guard now, downgraded to doubtful. Montravius Adams, defensive tackle, doubtful. Oren Burks is questionable. Raven Green is questionable, which sucks because we need him. And then we've got a couple of guys that I don't know so well that are on IR. Unfortunately, our 5th round draft pick, Kamal Martin, was actually a linebacker out of Minnesota, is also on injury reserve. So I don't know if we overreport our injuries or if we just have more injuries. I'm not really sure what the rules are with that.
Yeah, I don't know, but I did confirm, as I thought, Minnesota is having no fans.
None. Okay. Sure.
So I just like, to me, I'm curious about how much does that affect, like, the quote unquote home field advantage, because we did a story about this not that long ago, last season, where home field advantage, most sports, like sports psychology scientists, think that in general referees want and make a solid effort to be as neutral as possible, but
Mm-hmm.
that the crowd noise sometimes influences their decisions, and it's just a normal human tendency to, like, feel that momentum from the crowd and have that affect calls. With that not happening, maybe we see a truly more neutral reffing, and maybe that home field advantage is minimized. I mean, we're not traveling that far,
Nope.
as the Packers. We're not traveling that far, but obviously travel may be a little bit different given all the circumstances.
Yeah, it looked to me based on what the Packers had posted on social media that they traveled up yesterday. And two, don't forget, I think the NFL approved pumping in fake noise. So we'll see how that goes too. There's got to be like some kind of third party arbitrator who's allowed to pump in the fake noise. They can't be just letting like the Minnesota guy just
The entire
hammering that stupid ass horn like over and over again.
the entire time that we're on offense.
Yeah, right. No. So ESPN.com here has some guy, Rob Demovsky's picking Vikings 24, Packers 23. Some guy, Cronin's picking Packers 24, Vikings 21. Prediction is Minnesota wins 54.9% of the simulations by an average of 1.8 points.
Look,
So
if last season shows anything, it's that if our defense shows up, we will win close games. I don't want to give you a prediction, but at the end of the day, this is more
I want a
about
prediction. That's what we're getting to. But before we sign off, we're getting predictions.
at the end of the day, if our defense shows up, we win close games. Well, if our D shows up, which I mean, we've got a lot of the same players out there, a lot of very solid players out there. They show up, we win the game. With Minnesota down 1 Stephon Diggs, I feel better. I feel good.
Here's my thoughts. You're right. Defense steps up, we're gonna be fine. I think the entire Packers offense has a chip on their shoulder, especially the wide receivers. Aaron Rodgers saw something in his film from 2010 that has him rejuvenated after a 50.4 QBR last season, which was his worst since being a starter in 2008. But for 2 years in a row now, he's thrown 4,000 yards with less than 5 interceptions. He's the only quarterback to even do it once in NFL history. I'm expecting Rodgers to have just go off the chain this year in general, but I'm expecting our offense to make a statement that, hey, we're not messing around here. Like, don't undervalue our wide receivers. Aaron Jones will be Aaron Jones doing Aaron Jones things. And our defense, the biggest thing to look for is how do the Smiths come back after having a phenomenal year last year? Can they follow it up with another phenomenal year this year? And how their secondary look with, and another thing too, our offense, going back to our offense, it's the second year in the system. You've got to be more fluid. You've got to be more comfortable with it because it's the second year in the system. So buckle up. Here we go. I'm calling it Packers 34, Vikings 17.
I don't think that'll be the score. I think the score, if the Packers are going to win, is going to be much lower. I don't think this will be an offensively dominated game. I would see this more like if the Packers win, it's a 17-pack, 14 Vike.
You know what's going to happen if that happens? People are going to be upset. Why didn't we score more?
You know what's going to happen if we win like that? I'm going to love it.
What happens is people forget that the other guys are getting paid too. The Vikings are a good football team. Their defense is suspect this year because they got rid of a lot of key players. But there's still no joke.
We saw it last year. This coach, Matt LaFleur, wants us to run the ball, eat the clock, and make defensive stands.
Yeah.
We got to do that to win. That's part of the coach's game plan. Look, it's exciting to watch Aaron Rodgers throw bombs, but that keeps our offense on the field for a short amount of time and our defense on the field gassed.
Yep.
So if we're going to win, we got to eat the clock, we got to keep the score low, and we got to let our defense do what we know it can. And that's what we saw last year. Everybody's all, Packers won too many of their close games. Fuck that. We won all the close games we were supposed to win.
Never apologize for winning. Never apologize for winning in the NFL.
And I would argue it was part of the game plan, baby. We showed up, we ate the clock, and we made stands.
We got some good breaks, no injuries, things like that. Is that your final prediction? 17-14 pack? Is that it?
Yes.
All right. We're both taking pack, obviously.
So there you go.
Week 1, we're back.
Back in action, baby. Going for that number 1 spot. Why are you playing the horn?
No, I was trying to do the
You did the horn!
No, I was doing the high-pitched NFL on Fox theme song. You didn't let me finish it. I realized it was going to be horn. No, I went I was worried about that high part there. I wasn't going to make it because I started it too high.
You got to start on the very next section. Yeah, that's the easier part. Always start with that part.
Cheezy podcast and chorus lesson.
That's right.
For week 1 of the NFL.
That's week 1, baby. Let's do it.
We're stoked. We know you are. We'll catch you actually a couple days from now. We'll be back. We'll have a follow-up.
That's right.